Hello, this is Go. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to look at this year 2022 Perodua Ativa AV. Perodua Ativa was launched with three different variants, being X being the entry level, and then followed by the H, and then lastly the AV, which is the top of the range Ativa, like this one over here. So this car being a Soca car, so I don't have the key fob, so therefore I will not be able to demo on the locking and unlocking of this car. Soca customers, they lock and unlock the car using the app on their phone itself. So nevertheless, let's see what this car is all about. Perodua Ativa was launched with only one transmission, which is a DCVT transmission taken from Toyota itself. So this DCVT gearbox, it actually includes a CVT transmission with a capability to simulate a 7-speed automatic transmission. Oh yes, and when you look at this car, you will say that, hey, this looks like a Daihatsu Rocky or the Toyota Race. In fact, this car is actually a rebadge of the Daihatsu Rocky, which was seen in Indonesia a short while before Ativa was launched. So this is a rebadge of the Daihatsu Rocky. Right, so this car is already unlocked. Let's go inside and look at the car itself. So it's just like every other Perodua car. There is also a physical key over here, the key cylinder over here. This is just in case that if you have the battery on your key fob has already gone weak, you can actually remove the physical key, insert into here, turn to unlock the car. Once you have done that, you only have moments to get into the car, put your foot on the brake, and then push the stop start button with the key fob itself to start up the car. This is just in case for emergency purposes. To release the hood, you just have to do is just pull this lever down here until it clicks, and after that, get out of the car and put your hand above the Perodua badge, and then release the boot release lock. Okay, I'll need two hands to continue from here to hold the hood open, because it's a very heavy one. Alright, I have lifted up the hood from the car itself. So once you have released the hood from the inside of the driver compartment, just put your hand above the Perodua badge and feel for this latch. So pull this lever up to release the safety catch on the hood. Then take the support bar out from here and then anchor into this point to support the hood on its stand itself. This car comes with a 1K RVET engine, which is a 998cc engine turbocharged. So this car uses the same engine as the Perodua Axia 1.0, except that Perodua Axia cars don't have turbocharged, which is it is a naturally aspirated engine, and then this one comes with a turbocharged itself. Alright, so down here, this is your brake fluid reservoir. Down here is a washer fluid reservoir, and then down here is the coolant reserve tank, and then this is the engine oil filler port. Down here is your dipstick to check the engine oil level, and then down here is your radiator main tank. So this cover do not open when it is hot. And then there's a battery compartment, and then down there is your main fuse and relay box. This car comes with a LED headlamp for all the lights itself. So this thin line down here is your pilot lamp, and it also doubles as a front turn signal. This one component in here is your low beam, and then this one until here, these are the high beam. Those different compartments, so they are actually part of the intelligent headlight. So if you turn on the automatic head beam, the camera up there will decide which of the component to light up the high beam, as not to disrupt or not to blind the oncoming traffic. So it also has way to determine which one to turn on and turn off in that case. This car comes with a front parking sensor and also the front fog lamp, which is also LED. Alright, I've engaged the main beam of the car. So that part down there lights up. That one is actually the low beam. The high beam has been turned off, so this part will turn it on later. So that's how the low beam looks like. Okay, enable the high beam by pushing the lever to the back, and then now the high beam actually comes online. So adaptive head beam is not turned on, so you can see that the high beam actually comes on. All of them. The side turn signal is located on the mirror itself. Okay, this is how the Ativa looks like with the pilot lamp on. The pilot lamp isn't supposed to be moving like this. This is because of the camera effect. Actually, the light is stagnant on. So position light turn on, and then this side also the same. Okay, I'm going to turn on the signal, and then we're going to see what happened to the beams, the head beam of this Perodua Ativa. Alright, I've turned it on, so I've turned on the signal, so the right hand side signal is on. So now the position lamp now changes into turn signal like this. Yes, the turn signal actually lights up from the center towards the outside of the car, and then back on this side where the turn signal I haven't turned on, so it remains as position lamp. Alright, so similarly, this is the left turn signal turns on, so that beam now becomes the turn signal. So the position lamp becomes the turn signal. I have turned on the fog lamp for this Perodua Ativa. So the fog lamps are LED reflector fog lamps. The lens is clear. The reflectors can be seen on the inside of the lamp housing. Alright, this is how the Perodua Ativa looks like with the brake light turned on. So third brake light is on the top, and then these are the rear lamps, and then down here is the brake lamp in there, and then this turn signal, this is the reverse light, and then there's some form of reflector housing down there itself. And then this car do come with a rear parking sensor. And also down here is a location for the reverse camera located just under the Perodua badge. So that's the rear camera, reversing camera for this car itself. Okay, let's get inside and continue the video review. Alright, on the door panel itself, you have the lock and unlock button. You have the lever to open up the door. This is the door assist grip for you to hold the door. And then there's one more down here for you to easily open and close the door itself. Then down here you have your power window control to connect the locking, and then down there behind this front assist grip you have the mirror control. Then there's some storage space down there, and then together with two bottle holder, and then the speaker for the car is on the door itself. Okay, down here just underneath the main blower you have a little cubby hole like that. It's like a deep recline like that. And then there is a cup holder down here underneath the main blower itself. And this is a series of buttons down here. So on this car, because this car has automatic headlight leveling, so this button and this knob down here is no longer present. So on the X variant there is a manual headlight leveling. So on X variant then there will be a knob here together with the indicator for the manual headlight leveling itself. This button here turns on and turns off the automatic high beam. This one down here turns on and turns off the traction control. This one down here turns on and turns off the driver assist, which include the frontal collision system, and then together with the lane keeping feature and so on. And then this one turns on and turns off the front parking sensor, and then this one turns off and turns off the eco idle system. Okay, let's get this car started up and see the rest of the feature itself. Now, in line with keyless access, Perodua Ativa comes with a start-stop button. So this is how I normally start this kind of car. So first time, foot off the brakes. Okay, foot off the brakes. Then press the button one time. Press two times. Press one time, the car goes to accessory mode. The player turns on, and then after that, press the second time, the car goes to on. So all the diagnostics all begin to run, and then finally when you hit a beam, just put the foot on the brake and then start up the car itself. Okay, the chime actually indicates that the car has already been started up. The car is still complaining because I haven't put on my seat belt. I'm not moving actually, so I don't have to put on the seat belt at the moment. So that's the warning sign. Okay, just now there was another tune that you hear, that is this one. Okay, let's get it started up. Oops. Okay, before the chime for the engine itself, that sound actually comes when the dash cam actually turns itself on. Alright, now on the steering wheel control itself, this car has full steering wheel control like this. So this part here controls the multi-info display. This part down here controls the what they call it, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping features, and so on. We'll cover this later. And then there's a power mode for automatic transmission for to pick up faster and so on. And then these are the selector button down there, and then volume up, volume down on the engine itself. Okay, this car comes with 4 different instrument cluster. So this instrument cluster is actually controlled by a TFT display, which is at the back here. So this car actually comes with 2 kinds of meter panel. This meter panel is available for the H and the AV edition, and then on the X edition they get the analog meters, analog tachometer and analog speedometer. So on H and on AV editions, they get the digital speedometer, and then together with the TFT meter instrument cluster. Okay, the instrument cluster is actually controlled by this button here. So if you look at it, I press the left button. If you notice that this display down here actually move to the left. Actually, I'm selecting those on the left itself. So let's start from the left. Okay, so press this button left to actually move the selection to the left like this. So on the leftmost menu, there is something like a leaf icon. So that one is actually, if you see in older Perodua cars, that one is actually the eco mode. Okay, eco mode. Alright, so eco mode, you get the eco reading down there. So this is the top of the list. It shows the current fuel consumption. The car is not moving, so there's no current fuel consumption at all. It averages to about 9.7 liter per kilometer. As this car is only clocked 1,633 kilometers. So we do find that newer cars get a little bit poorer fuel consumption. So as you drive the car more and more, then the fuel consumption will get better and better. So this one shows the current fuel consumption and average fuel consumption. Notice that down there are dots. So this dot actually indicate that this is the topmost display. And then to scroll down, you can actually use this button to scroll down. So press here to scroll down to the next display, which is range. So range with that kind of fuel, which is about 3 bars, I can go for another 126 kilometer before I need to refuel. Again, this is just an estimate only. So this is just an estimate. So estimated 126 kilometer range. Okay, one more time down. This one actually shows the start-stop time. The top level, which is the start-stop time, this one is all in 0 seconds because I just started the engine. So this clock down here resets every time you turn off the engine and turn it back on. The bottom one is the cumulative start-stop timer. So all of its 1,633 kilometers, this car has stopped and start for over 1 hour and 40 minutes 43 second cumulative. Okay, it's cumulative, this one. Alright, go to the next display, press the right button. You go to the next display. The next display is actually your lane keeping feature. This car is not moving, so lane keeping feature doesn't turn on. Lane keeping feature will only come on at 60 kilometers an hour. So this one must say 60, then only the lane keeping feature comes online. The lane keeping feature comes online, there will be 2 white color lines at the side. So later when we take this car out for the drive, we will look at this part down there. Okay, this menu doesn't have any up or down, so there's only one display for here. And then press the next one. This is what I usually like to keep together with the display itself. There is the clock. So right now it says 11 o'clock, and then yeah, it has 2 dots indicate that there is another menu. Another menu is to turn off the clock. So when you turn off the clock, this display down here becomes the clock itself. When the clock comes on, this one here changes to the date. I think the date is wrong. We can set the date afterwards. It shouldn't be 9/10. Okay, so I will reset the clock after this. And then after that, go one more button. This is for error messages. So that means if there's any error happening on the engine, you can see them from there. No messages means no error encountered. The last one is a setting. The setting will take up most of the time for this part of the video because we look at the settings down here. Now display brightness, we have display brightness, time, and so on. So there is also a slider bar to indicate that there are more menu being displayed. There are more menu, but you just have to scroll them. Okay, let's turn on the light to display the display brightness. Now, you can scroll up and down the list from here by this button here. Scroll up and down. So display brightness, to select, press the enter button. Once you press the enter button, then this is the brightness. So the brightness, you can actually press the enter again to select. Then you can bring it down to dim and then put it up again for maximum brightness. When you have done, just press the enter key, press the enter. The number 10 become dark. You see, just now it was like this. Number 10 was foreground. The font is black, the background is white. So that means you can select. When you have completed the selection, press the enter key. Number 10 becomes black background with white lettering. That means you already exited from the brightness control. Okay, to exit from the brightness control, press this button here. This one returns back to home. This is the home setting, and then after that you can do the time and date setting. So time and date you can actually adjust from the selection. So you can just press in the direction where you want it to go. So this is September. This is actually this is September 11 already. So enter, and then switch to September 11. And then this is let me see. This is 11:05 AM. So this one should say 11. Okay. So enter and then bring down to 11. 11, press enter to exit. Move over here, press enter, switch to 11:05, press enter again. So this is 11:05. Alright, then down here there is an option for you to set for 12 hour or 24 hour. So press for 24, press for 12. So press for 24 to ensure that this is actually 11:05 and is not 23:05. Okay, so set back to 12 hour, or you can put as 24 hour. I'll leave it at 24 hour clock in this case, and then press this button to return to the main menu. Next one will be the design. This is where we configure the design itself. Bear in mind that the vehicle setting can only be set when the vehicle is not moving, or when the Ativa is not moving, you can change the settings. Okay, so there are 4 settings. So this is the first setting. So the tachometer actually shows in this moving slider down here. And then when you choose this design, okay, you will notice also that a lot of things also have been changed. So you see the clock changed to this kind. Okay, and then the position for the lane keeping feature is also here, and then the clock also have a slightly different design. Okay, let's go to the second one. This is the second display. So the second display, this is what I call the centrifugal display for tachometer itself. And then for this purpose, for this one itself, the clock actually appears down there. Alright, the clock appears down there. Okay, then go back to design. This is the third design. So the third design, this is how it looks like. So the tachometer is marked by the moving slider itself. And then the clock appears over there together with the lane keeping feature. Alright, and then this is the final design, which is this one is actually my favorite. It shows more of a classic tachometer itself with the needle. And then that's where the clock is, and that's also where the lane keeping feature is located. So this car actually has 4 different designs for the meter instrument cluster. This one down here is the display setting. So you can actually turn on and turn off the individual component, like the eco indication light. You can turn it off or turn it on by pressing the enter button. Okay, average fuel consumption reset after refuel, on or off. This is this one also we can set. So that means each time you open the petrol filler cap to refuel, then the average fuel reset will be reset from there. This one is trip A reset after refuel. In the past, for most Perodua cars, there are trip A, trip B. So trip A, and I normally use trip A on my cars for I reset the trip A after each service, and I reset the trip B after each refuel. So this car has an automatic feature for this. So if I turn it on, it will reset trip A after every refuel. Okay, and then time auto display, meaning that this one is actually the setting for the eco idle. Do they actually count and display the eco idle on and off feature down here? So it turns on or turns off the counter for the display for the eco idle. And then opening display, that means when you start up the car, the welcome sign and so on, you want it to be displayed. And then down here there is an end display. End display, there is a off or standard message, or eco ending display eco type. We can see it from here. So let's set to eco type. And then because this is ending display, so we need to turn off the car. Now the aircon, turn off the car itself. Okay, see you. And then it shows you the eco message after you have turned off the car. Because I haven't moved, so you can see that the eco mode, everything is all 0. Okay, let's turn it back on. Okay, there's a welcome down here. And then let's control back the display setting. Let's go to ending display. Let's show as standard. Okay, this is standard. Okay, so okay, this is standard. Just say see you, but no eco report. Alright, so let's continue from there. I think I better put back this one, because at least there is some reading to show that the eco is there. Alright, okay, next one is steering angle. Steering angle is only shown when the car is in reverse gear itself. Alright, I have turned off the steering angle, so the steering angle display has been turned off. So what happened is when I put the car into reverse, let's go back here. Alright, I put the car into reverse. Okay, there is no display for the steering position. Okay, right, let's turn it back on. Okay, steering angle, turn it back on, return. Okay, go to here, put the car into reverse. You can see that now steering angle has been activated. Okay, so if I turn the steering wheel, it shows that the steering is going that direction. If I turn it again this way, okay, you see steering position is on. So this steering position comes only when the car is in reverse. If the car is in normal drive, okay, once you have driven off, this display won't be there. This display is only here temporary only when you're in drive mode. So when you drive off, when you start moving, this screen changes back to whatever display setting that you have already set earlier. So you only show the steering position when the car is stopped. This screen usually comes up when you do reversing, and then when you reverse, you can see that there is a rear view camera coming online. Okay, together with the warning that you are already in reverse. So this is still okay. 3 meter, yellow alert 1.2 meter, and then this is 0.6. That means this is 60 centimeter away. And then when the obstruction is at this line, you really have to stop. If you don't stop, you crash into the item at the back. Okay, so that's the reverse gear. And then let's resume with our display setting. Okay, there's one more setting for the display setting itself. The last one, which is the ACC auto display. It's not accessory. This is actually called adaptive cruise control display, on or turn off. Okay, so that means when you turn on the adaptive, this one, when you activate the adaptive cruise control, the reading can be on, or the display can be on or off. But then I have to be driving, and I also have to activate the adaptive cruise control for this display to be shown. So in this case, we'll leave it on for the moment. Okay, so that's your display setting, all the 8 settings down there. Then press this button to return. So there's a buzzer. So this is actually to set the buzzer alert for the front departure warning, and then lane departure warning, and then turn signal tone. This one at least I can actually demo to you. And then the opening sound volume I can also demo to you, because the other two I need to be behind traffic and also lining up for traffic for these to work. Okay, and then front vehicle departure alert, there's lane departure warning. Lane departure warning, that means I need to travel at 60 km/h and deliberately purposely run the car out of the lane to actually get the buzzer warning type. But then I'll leave it at 2 for the time being. Okay, signal. This is type 2 signal. Alright, so let's send it to 1. Let's send it to, let's say, type 1. Okay, type 1. Alright, send it to type 2. We've seen type 2 just now already. So let's go to type 3. Type 3 is like this. Alright, the last one, which is the opening sound volume. This one just control the loudness of the sound. It's not the sound, but then the loudness. So it means this one turn off 0. This is slightly louder, and then this is the loudest. Okay, volume 2. Volume 2 is the loudest. Okay, so sound volume level 2, the loudest from there. So press the enter to select, and then press the up and down arrow key to adjust, and then press enter to exit. Continue from there. This is called your your what you call it, adaptive cruise control front vehicle recognition. So that means the buzzer will recognize that there's a car in front, and then the adaptive cruise control will then adjust the speed accordingly. This one is called the blind spot monitor buzzer volume. That means if there's an oncoming traffic, and then the blind spot monitor buzzer the blind spot monitor activates itself, so the buzzer volume level is down here. So maximum is level 2, and then this one is the RCTA, which is called rear cross traffic alert. So this one just adjust the volume, how loud you want the buzzer to be. You use a single buzzer sound, so just how loud you want it to be. So that's all for the buzzer setting. And then this car can actually alert you for notification. That means when are you supposed to do your notification. Okay, let's have a try. Let's set one of them to remind you when to send this car for servicing. So I see the servicing up here, it says January 23. So let's assume that one of the dates. So let's set one day in January 2023 to alert the car about the to alert the car that you need to service. Okay, so pick the date 1, click on the enter button, and then to select the category. So you can click on the category and choose birthday. You can alert if your spouse birthday or children birthday and so on. But then this is actually car service. You can also record date as anniversary, any car anniversary. This one is vehicle inspection, maintenance day. So this is be set for maintenance day because this is the car maintenance itself. So the year is 2023, and then accordingly this is January. So let's set January. Let's put let's say, okay lah, let's put January 11 as a date. Okay, so set and then return. So you have already one one reminder set already. Maintenance day 11 January 2023. So you may want to set one reminder for maintenance itself. Okay, then you may want to set one in case you want to do your wheel alignment. So example, car inspection day, you can set it that way. Maybe we set it to 2023 just like before, and then we also set as January 11. Okay, so 2 days set already lah, maintenance, car inspection, and then you can set up to 10 different reminder for the car itself. notification day. So notification day setting. So that means the car now actually also can remind you when the day you need to service a car. For example, maybe your wife or your husband's birthday, girlfriend, boyfriend birthday, things like that, children birthday. You can also set them from down here. Okay, return. Alright, this is the front camera setting. So that means when you're looking at this part, do you want the front camera to detect front vehicle departure alert? That means the car in front, you want the camera to notice the car in front has moved off and then alert you. So this is the yes and no down here. And then this is, do you want the front camera to detect the timing? That means standard. You want it to detect either standard or late or early. Okay, so I'll leave it as standard. And then pre-collision warning. Pre-collision warning, that means you want the front camera to detect the pre-collision warning early or standard or late. So I'll leave it as early because I want the front camera to detect the frontal collision as early as possible. Okay, lane departure warning. Do you want it to detect early or standard? So this one two choice only lah, early or standard. Okay, and then the last one is steering assist. So do you want the front camera to activate the steering assist in case if your car is departing the lane? That means do you want the front camera to activate the steering assist in the time where the lane departure warning system has triggered? That means probably the driver is falling asleep and then the car veered off the lane, and then you want the front camera to detect it and activate the front steering assist. So I'm going to leave it as on for this purpose itself. Okay, once I'm done, just press return to front camera setting. So that's the front camera setting. BSM and RCTA. BSM is called blind spot monitoring setting, and then RCTA rear cross traffic alert. So this one you can turn on and turn them off individually, and it's turn on and turn off the feature. Okay, blind spot monitoring, turn off. When you turn off, you see that there is a off light down there. Okay, if you turn off the rear cross traffic alert, there is also the alert down there saying that it has already been turned off. So we leave them on actually. Okay, this is the blind spot monitoring illuminance. That means that luminance on the mirror itself. So this one you can set between dim and bright. So if I press it one time, become bright. So this is how bright looks like. Okay, so you can toggle between dim and bright. So for dim, it is like this, and then for bright, it's a little bit brighter. So let's see if I can get it to show better in this time. So this is dim and then this is bright. It's just only a little bit dimmer versus brighter down there. This one is actually door lock. Door lock, you can actually set vehicle speed link door lock function. That means if the vehicle speeds up above 30 kilometers an hour, the door will lock. And then when you turn on the vehicle speed link lock, the shift link door locking function turns off. So it's either you choose one or you choose neither. So if you can't turn them both on, okay. So if you turn on the shift position link lock, the vehicle speed lock will be turned off. Alright, I have turned on the shift link door locking position. So door opens, close. Alright, so I shift the car away from parking. So before that, let me see. Let me show you to you. Okay, door unlock. Okay, I'm shifting it to reverse. So when I shift to reverse, the door locks immediately. So this is actually the shift locking. Shift position link. Shift position link door locking function. Okay, right. Neutral doesn't. Okay. Alright, then I've also enabled shift position link door unlocking function. That means if I shift it to park, the door should unlock. Okay, now it's locked. Shift to parking, the door opens, the door unlocks immediately. So this is the door locking function. Okay, return. wiper. Wiper, I have speed, link, intermittent wiper turn on, and then shift to reverse, link, rear wiper. For this to work, I need to lift out the wipers and show it to you, the functionality itself. Speed link wiper, because this is the on and off function for this car itself. For earlier variants of Perodua Atia, Perodua Myvi, that means the Myvi, the 2017 Myvi before the current facelift, there is these two functionality is permanently on the car itself. So that means the intermittent wiper sweep, the time where it sweep, it actually link to the speed. So the faster the car you go, the faster the sweep will work. But then for this car itself, there's an on-off feature down here. So oops, we go set wiper. Okay, so this one you can actually turn off and turn on, turn off and turn on. Okay, let me lift up the wiper for this function for me to demo this function to you. Alright, I have turned on the wiper on intermittent. The car is not moving, so let's count the timer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 seconds when the car is not moving. Okay, now do not try this on your own, because I tried this because this road has been cordoned off. Okay, I'm going to speed up the car and then we count the timer. Okay, you count the timer on your screen itself. Okay, 24, 25 km. Alright, so if you notice the what they call it, the intermittent wiper getting more and more frequent right now, because the car is actually moving at a faster rate. Okay, it's quite straight road down here, so one, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 seconds going at 28 kilometers an hour, about 5 seconds in 5 seconds of this. Alright, I have already turned off the speed link intermittent wiper, so let's see how it goes. So car not moving. Okay, car not moving. Turn on the 1, 2, 3 seconds. Okay, about 3 seconds. Then let's go for drive. Okay, it's about 32 right now. Still 3 second interval. Alright, we're going to look at the shift, reverse, link, rear wiper mechanism. So this one is turned on at the moment, and then my front wiper is running at intermittent. I've switched back on the speed link intermittent wiper, so now it's going to be 10 seconds because the car is not moving. And then if you look at my stick down here, my wiper control stalk down here, so the rear wiper is actually being turned off. So I'm going to put the car into reverse, and then you all look at the rear mirror, the rear view mirror. Now the wiper is down there, it's not moving at all. So if I put to reverse, you notice that the rear wiper actually turn on 3 times. Okay, so if I turn it off, we turn back here. Alright, I put the car into reverse. The rear wiper does not come online, does not sweep the screen 3 times. So it is an on-off functionality for this car itself. So just go back, let me just go back, go to parking, then vehicle setting, let's put it back on because it's supposed to be on. Okay, it's supposed to be on for safety purposes, because if it's raining outside and then you want to reverse into the car park, the rear wiper is supposed to come online 3 times. It's just to help you to sweep the windscreen clear, so that you can have a clear view when you reverse into a car park. Yes, I know you have this reverse camera, but what happens if there's a water droplet on the outside of the reverse camera? So you won't be able to see, so you may have to revert. You may have to use old school. You may have to go old school way. Alright, now do you all remember in all other Perodua cars, when I tilt the signal like this, the turn signal actually blink 3 times. This one is in all my other videos, I call this as a lane change feature. Inside inside the older cars like Perodua Atia, Perodua AV 3rd generation before the facelift, this feature is there. Okay, but this feature is permanently turned on. In this car, it can actually turn on 3 times flash function. I can turn it off. That means if I don't want it, I can turn it off. So that means if I tilt the stick, one time only lah in this case, so that functionality has been turned off. Well, some car can turn on, some car cannot. Some car cannot turn off lah. But for this car itself, vehicle settings, the last one, three times signal flash, you can actually enable and disable from the car itself. So I put it back to on. So yes, that comes back already. Alright, so this covers much on this side of the screen. This one is actually the Bluetooth microphone, turn it on and turn it off. And then this one actually controls the radio volume loud and volume up, volume down. On this end here, this screen actually, this button down here controls the adaptive cruise control for the car itself. To start the adaptive cruise control, press this button here. Adaptive cruise control is ready. Then you need to drive up to a certain speed and then set the time. So you can set the speed by pressing this button here. It will set the speed. ACC is unavailable because the car need to be at least 30. I think if I remember correctly, it's 30 kilometers an hour. And then this one down here actually indicates the speed itself. So now it's unavailable because the car is not moving. Okay. To cancel, press this button. Or sometimes people press this button to turn it off. To resume, press this button to resume. But because I haven't set the adaptive cruise control speed, so when I try to resume, nothing happens. Okay, and then this one down here turns on, and this one down here sets the distance between the car in front. So that means this is longer distance, shorter distance, shorter distance. So this one actually keeps the distance between your car and the car in front. That's the length. Okay, and then this one down here, this one turns on and turns off the lane keeping feature. So let me just turn off everything. Lane keeping feature turns on and turns off. This one is actually set the mode for the player itself. Okay, I can't play too long because I'm afraid of copyright strike. And then this one, if you pair the phone to the player itself, then you can use this button to pick up the call. Okay, this is the next track, previous track. And then this one is actually the power mode for the car itself. Okay, power mode. So when you turn on the power mode, the word PWR displays underneath the dashboard like that. That means the automatic transmission will then make the car pick up a little bit faster compared to standard mode itself. Alright, now in older Perodua cars, we have countdown to service. This car also the same. Although we already set the date and time when are we going to get the car service, we also have one more setting down here. Is if you read through the Perodua service booklet, they will say 10,000 kilometer or 6 months, whichever comes first. So if 6 months come first, your calendar that you set earlier would alert you. If you travel more than 10,000 kilometer before the 6 months is up, so you might want this system to alert you. So oil change timing notification on or off. So we turn it on to turn on. Then you have a second setting, which is a notification timing setting. So this is reset after changing. That means the service center will have to reset this the countdown once the engine oil has been replaced. Now this is I believe this car has already gone for its first service, because there is a reminder, there's a sticker down here to show that it is next service is 10,000 January 2023. Okay, I think it's Penchala or something like that. Perodua service in Penchala itself. Alright, so for this the service center has already set, so it's 9,668 kilometers from now on. So that means when this number approaches 0, no, nearly becomes 0, then you get an alert telling you that to go for oil change. Okay, so you can set it on 10,000, 9,005, 9,000, and so on. So maximum is 10,000 kilometer. I'm not going to adjust it because this is already set by SOCA itself. I would like to upset it. So you can actually set the interval down here out of how many kilometers, and then the system will warn you accordingly. Maximum, let's see, we can go until 20,000. Okay, maximum is 20,000, minimum is 500 kilometer, maximum is 20,000. So let's put it back to 10,000. So that means it will alert you when the 9,000, when this number approaches 0. Okay, the different number here is in case sometimes you forget to reset and then you have already traveled, let's say 500 kilometers. So you might want the countdown to alert you not at 10,000 but at 9,500, because you travel 500 kilometers without realizing that you need to reset this. So you can change. That's why there is a setting for the changing. So sometimes I might have forgotten, then when I look, oh my god, I already traveled about 3,000 kilometers already. So then I want the alert to alert me because I traveled 3,000, so I only left 7,000 kilometer. So I want the car to alert me when the 7,000 kilometer is up. And also sometimes people don't use let's say after the warranty period is over, some people don't continue and they don't use they use maybe a different grade of engine oil, so they might want to set a different setting down here. Okay, so let's put it back at 10,000 as per standard. Okay, so that's it. You can just return back, and then this one only has the oil change, and then the second one is tire rotation change. Tire rotation, that means you want to prevent the wearing up of one set of tires, like the front or the rear tires. Then some people would like to be reminded when to do a tire rotation. So this one normally I set for 5,000 kilometers for my car itself. So normally I just come here and I set 5,000. So 5,000 set already. So now it's 5,000 kilometer warning. Then the countdown would then begin. So when the 5,000 kilometers up, I get the alert to say that okay, time for tire rotation. Okay, so notification, timing setting, back to oil change. So two setting down here lah. Oil change, sorry, not 3. Oil change, oil filter change. Oil filter change, I can also turn it on, and then I can also set it. So this one actually we set it together with the oil change. That means each time we change the engine oil, we have to change the oil filter as well. So this one we normally tie them both together in this case. Okay, it means change engine oil, we set it both change at the same time. Tire rotation, oil change, and oil filter change. So 3 I've already set. Return back, this is maintenance setting. And then the next one is called oil deterioration warning reset. That means do you want to activate the reset? That means this one the system can detect when the engine oil need to change based on the condition of the engine oil. So this is the option for you to reset or not the warning. So that means if the car detects that the oil maybe has deteriorated, maybe the oil has been used for a very long time, then it degraded, then the alert will alert. Then you can actually come here to reset the alert, and then maybe make your booking with the service center to get the oil change. So oil deterioration warning reset. The last one is reset setting. That means when I click here, when I tap on the enter, it will reset all the car back to factory setting. So this is like a factory reset on your mobile phone. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just leave the setting as it is. Okay, so that takes care of the settings itself. On the right stock of the car, you get the light control. So the light control is down here. So this car comes with the fog lamp. So the outer knob adjusts the beam. the inner knob here adjust to turn on and turn off the fog lamp. So this is off, fog, light all off. This one is actually light on automatic mode. Light on automatic mode, that means you turn on the automatic head beam. That means when the car goes into the dark spot, the light turns on. It actually depends on the light sensor over there. There's a light sensor for the car itself. So this is automatic. And then you can also use the automatic head beam when the light is in this position. That means turn on the automatic head beam, automatic high beam, sorry. Alright, okay, you can do that one. And then this one is turn on the position lamp, and then this one turns on the beam itself. Alright, with the head beam on, put back to normal beam, turn on the fog lamp by putting this lever like this. So the fog lamp actually comes online, white colored fog lamp inside. Okay, then the turn signal activates just like normal. And then because I have already activated the 3-time lane change feature blinker, so it turns on this way. And then if you put it this way for left, so left side lane change feature comes online. Alright, I've also activated the fog lamp. So fog lamp indication on, fog lamp turns off, and then light turns off. Okay, so position lamp. Then when you turn on the main beam, there's no additional LED light up. This is for the fog lamp itself. And then I've turned on the automatic high beam, so the high beam is there. Okay, to turn it off, just press the button, then automatic head beam has turned off. Turn it back on again, press for a while, press until the light comes on. So this one indicates that the automatic head beam has come online. Okay, I've set the head beam to automatic mode. So this is off, so this is automatic mode. So the outside is bright, so the headlights are turned off. Actually, that's the sensor for the automatic headlight. So if that discovers that it's dark, then the headlights will turn on. So I'm going to drive down this path and then turn into a dark alley, and then we see how it goes. Alright, I'm about to turn into the dark alley. So there's a dark alley down there. So turn in, then there's the dark spot. Okay, so drive in, and notice that the headlights have turned on. And then out there you can see on the wall the headlights are already on. So you can see down here. Okay, headlights are on. And then I'm going to drive out of it. Out there is bright, so we're going to see how it goes after it has come out from the dark spot. Okay, coming up. And once it detects bright, it turns off. On the left stalk itself, you have your wiper control. So wiper control, just like every other Perodua car, just push the lever up one time, the wiper activates one time. This is to demist your front screen. There's water droplets on it that you want to just sweep it off, and then push it down here. This is for regular, intermittent speed. The speed the interval we talked about it earlier when we set and when we enable and disable the speed link intermittent wiper. And then this is regular move, and then this is high speed. High speed is all the way down. I cannot keep it too long because it might slam onto the windscreen without warning. This knob at the end here adjust the rear wiper itself. So this is off. This is intermittently on, but intermittently on, you have to be careful, is the wiper will sweep for 4 seconds regularly at first. That means I have to sweep 4 seconds at regular interval. Then after 4 seconds, then it becomes the intermittent. So this is slightly different from any other Perodua cars itself. So turn on the intermittent. So you notice the wiper actually sweep regularly speed for a while. After 4 seconds, then it will switch back to intermittent. So now it's intermittent sweep. Okay, one sweep. So at first it will be regular for about 4 seconds, then after followed by intermittent itself. And then turn this one up here finally to activate the rear wiper in constant speed or regular speed. Alright, now at the end of this knob, pull this lever towards you to activate the front washer, and then push the lever backwards to activate the rear screen washer. Alright, on the steering wheel itself, there's a tilt adjustable lever down here. So what you can do is just lift it up like this, okay, and then the steering is tilt adjustable. So you can adjust the steering to your height if you want. So there's the lowest and then this is the highest. So when you go to the highest or the position that you want, and then lock the steering by pushing this lever all the way down. Okay, push it all the way down to lock the steering at the level itself. So this steering is actually tilt adjustable, and also in line with the AV variant, the steering wheel is leather wrap down here. So with the white color stitching you can see down here. Alright, so this mode is actually set between economy mode and power mode. So when you press it off, this is economy mode driving, and then when you press the power mode, the car gives you a better acceleration during pickup, but then it might cut back on fuel economy itself. Okay, so let's take a drive in this to look at the speed. Alright, we're about to take off in economy mode. So economy mode, there's no light. Alright, so please do not record any video while driving. I can do this because this road has been cordoned off at the far end, so no car can actually come in to this spot itself. Alright, so let's give it a try in economy mode. Just hold on, there's a traffic. Alright, so this is economy mode, huh? Right. Okay. Okay, now I go to power mode. So power mode. Alright, it's power mode. Alright, let's see the eco idle. So eco idle has been activated by the green color light you can see on the meter panel itself. So that means if the car has come to a complete stop like this, the eco idle would go off. Okay, it will turn off the engine. So if I pull over now, engine turns off, and then you can hear on the microphone that the aircon is still going on, and then down there you can see that the timer is now starting to time. So I've also set the meter to turn on the eco idle timer, so it now has been stationary for 20 seconds right now. And then if I turn the steering wheel, okay, engine starts back again. And then similarly, to get back the eco idle, I need to drive off a little while more, and then you can see the eco idle coming back on afterwards. Okay, you need to drive for about a short distance before the eco idle comes back on. Okay, eco idle has already come back on. Alright, so let's try another pull over. So this time we pull over, and then we're going to see if I release the brakes, the eco idle would then reactivate back. Reactivate back the engine. Okay, engine cut off already, and then release the brake, the foot brake, the engine comes back online. To turn off the eco idle, you can press this button down here. So eco idle has been turned off. So that means now if I drive out the car, I pull over for a stop at the traffic light or the car park or something like that, I stop, the eco idle is not going to activate. And then to turn it back on again, press one time until the yellow light disappears, and then you need to drive a short distance for the eco idle to come back alive again. Okay, so you have to actually drive off a short distance to get the eco idle back. Okay, eco idle now has already returned. Okay, so each time when you pull over and then when you stop, you will find that the eco idle time would appear down there. So cumulatively, I've stopped for 29 seconds, now 30 seconds. Okay, I can turn off this feature from the settings itself. Okay, so let's go back to the setting, display setting, and then eco idle time, I set it to off. Okay, and then return. Alright, so then let's see again whether the Let's see whether the eco idle comes back again, and then the timer whether it comes again after I have already moved off. Alright, continue, drive a bit. Eco idle now is already activated, so let's find a safe spot to pull over. Okay, so let's see if I pull over down here to come to a stop. Alright, so eco idle activates. You see, no more timer. No more timer because I have already terminated, or I already set the display to not display the timer for eco idle. Let's look at the reversing feature of this car. So there's the player will switch to rear camera when you engage reverse gear. So you can see that the Mercedes W123 is at the back. So all you have to do is just get the car in place. So now the Mercedes is about 3 meters away from my car, so you can still continue to reverse. But then to be very careful when the car actually hits the red part. So when the car hits the red part, that means it's only very close away from the car itself. So now it's 1.2 meter yellow zone already. And then if you reverse, if you go in a little bit deeper, it's going to come to the red zone, and then it's going to sound the reverse itself. So the constant beeping actually alerts the driver that the car is actually in reverse mode. Okay, the rear camera just acts as a guidance, so you have to use your own judgment to see how far you can reverse to the car. So when the obstruction reaches the red zone, you have to be very careful with that itself. Okay, this is the window control. So for window control, the driver door itself, the window move on the one touch feature. So press one time, the window automatically goes down, and then when it comes up, it is also one touch function. So one touch to go down, and then pull one time to come all the way up. However, the passenger window, the passenger window actually activates on. It doesn't automatically go down, neither does it automatically goes up. Okay, so you have to hold the button down to lower it, and then pull it all the way up to raise it up like that. Okay, there is a lock feature, so pressing the lock feature, only the driver able to operate the power window. Okay, however, the passenger side doesn't work. Similarly, doesn't work. Okay, I have locked this one actually. You want to open the window halfway, that means press it down like this, and then quickly lift it up a bit, then the window will stop where you want it to stop. Now this car being the Ativa AV, there is a what they call it, there is a anti-trap mechanism on the window itself. So let's say you're closing the window, and then suddenly the child sitting on the back seat puts his or her hand out here while you're closing the window, and if you didn't notice that the child has put a hand out, the window may trap the child's finger between the door frame and the window itself. So this car comes with an anti-trap mechanism. So I'm going to use this mobile phone cover to simulate the human limb, and then I'm going to shut the window, and then we'll put this one out there to see whether it will stop. Okay, so I wind it down, and then wind it up, and then I put it probably like this. Alright, so the window closes up, and then it will trap this handphone holder, and then once it's already detect there's an obstruction, the window quickly goes down to this position. Okay, let's try it again. So close window. You have to be careful. So this window must actually hit nearly the top, then only it will detect the obstruction, and then stop the window, and then it goes back down to this position. So it need to be almost at the top before it can detect the obstruction. If it's like halfway here, then the window may push the limb all the way up until it reaches the top, then the window detects it, then it comes back down to this position. So this is the anti-trap position down here. So this anti-trap mechanism is only available on the driver door. However, the rest of the doors, because those the other doors, the window when you open you need to hold down, and then when you raise up you need to pull up the switch. So this mechanism is not available on the other windows itself. Okay, so same like the back, the switch had to be hold down or pull up to close the window. It's a manual operated power window. Okay, there's a lock button here. Press this one. Then the driver window, however, can still operate. This is in case you want to pay for tolls, toll gantry, and so on. However, the rest of the rest of the passenger doors window cannot operate. Okay, because we have lock. Then this way to unlock. This one down here adjust the side mirror itself. So there is a auto fold in and fold out button. I left it in the middle. In the middle means automatic. Then if I press it this way, it will fold in the mirror. Okay, both side mirror fold in. Then if I press this one on this side, mirror folds out. Then if I leave it in the middle, this is actually automatic fold in and fold out. To do that, I need to lock the car, so that means I need to turn off the engine and get out there. Okay, so off, off, and off. Alright, I've come to the outside of the car. So let's lock the car and see the mirror. So lock. Okay, car locks, mirror folds in. Okay, let's unlock the car. Okay, mirror folds out. Okay, so Soka users use this kind of app on the phone to lock and unlock the car. So once the door unlocks, the mirror folds out. Alright, this button down here adjust the mirror position. So push to this side, push this switch to this side, adjust the right hand side mirror. So right hand side mirror can go right, left, up, and down. So right, left, up, and down. And then if I switch the switch to this side, it's actually for left hand side mirror. So left, right, up, down. Okay, alright, so this is actually mirror control. So if I leave the switch in the middle, this is the middle position, and then pressing the switch does not adjust the mirror because it has already locked. Alright, down here is your main blower. So underneath the main blower there is a cup holder like this, and then this is the controls that we talked about earlier. Then in the middle, this is the touchscreen player. So in line with the AV edition, this car comes with a touchscreen player. Then this is your main blower in the middle together with the hazard light switch. Then you come down here, this is your aircon control. So aircon control can be turned on by pressing the mode button, the memory button. Memory button actually turns on the air condition, and then it will take me to preset under memory 1. Okay, we'll come back to this later. We look at this at the side first. This one actually increases and decreases the cooling. So decrease the cooling, then increase the cooling by this way. And maximum means it's already maximum. This one down here adjusts the fan speed. Okay, maximum, minimum. Alright. Then this one down here turns on the air condition. So let me bring up to maximum. Okay, you can hear the blowing on the microphone itself. Alright, so if I turn off, okay, the fan still blow, but then it's hot air. Okay, air condition has been turned off. Okay, I'm going to turn on the air condition so you can hear the sound of the aircon compressor coming online on the microphone itself. Alright, the aircon compressor has come online, so cold air again blowing up from in there. This one activates the front demister. So when you have activated, the air comes out from those opening over there. Okay, so this one goes to front demister. This one goes back to normal, turns off the demister and brings back to the original mode it was in. This one activates and deactivates the rear demister, and then this one switches between fresh air and recirculation. And then this one sets a different mode of the aircon. Right now it's the main blower, so main blower is that one, these two down here, and this one over here. So this is main blower and floor. This is floor mode. This is floor mode and front demister. Front demister comes from there. The floor mode aircon comes out from over there and over there. Alright, and then the last one is it comes back to the main blower mode. These are the two aircon memory that you can set. So what you need to do is adjust to the cooling and the speed that you want. Then press and hold down the memory 1 to save this setting under memory 1. And then you have another one more memory 2. Memory 2 you can set probably to maximum. And then press and hold down. So this will reset it as memory 2. So you can quickly switch in between the modes by pressing memory 1 or memory 2. So it takes a few moments for the aircon to reach the correct setting itself. So this is memory 1. So memory 1 is indicated by here, and then memory 2. So memory 2 takes a while for you to get. It takes a while for the aircon to switch to the setting that you want. And then you can also adjust by the fan speed by selecting it this way, even though after you have set your memory. So if you are pressing it halfway and then you find that number 1 pops out, that means this setting is actually memory 1. And then similarly, if I bring it this way, then number 2 shows up. So this is actually showing is in number 2 position. No, number 2 memory, sorry, not position. Alright, so once it's done, you can press this button to turn off the air condition. Then ahead of the gear shift knob, there is a power outlet. So power outlet is this one. Just put it up. So there's a 12-volt power outlet in there. And then this car actually comes with 2 USB ports to be used with the player. So this is USB 1 and USB 2. Okay, and then this one down here is actually the port for the HDMI cable. So you need to, if you are connecting a laptop or maybe any device, you can use the HDMI output down here to play the movie onto the player itself. So these 2 ports are for the player use. You can plug inside any of the port itself. Okay, so I can plug in. Okay, I can plug into the port. So this is the USB port USB drive that I brought along. So once you push it into the USB port, the player actually detects it and loads the song. Sorry, I had to turn off the sound because otherwise it'll be copyright protected. Okay, so what I've done is I just push in the USB to the port, and then the song that I had earlier played on it. So I was testing the set earlier. So this is the setting itself. So this, though, it detects and it plays. So this player actually can play music, it can play video, and also it can display out pictures. Okay, so we'll talk about this in another video about the player itself. I've plugged the USB on another port, so now it displays out the mode, because just now when I plug into port 2 actually is playing this song. So now you see USB 2 now. So this is USB 2 down there. So these are the 2 ports in the front to use with the player itself. A little bit down at the side here, there is a cubby hole. So this cubby hole actually fits a mobile phone, so you can actually put a mobile phone in there. That's how it goes. So there's also a similar one on the passenger side. So passenger side also there is one. You can actually put in the phone into the opening down there. It's a bit difficult for me to get to it. So yeah, my phone is already down the part down there. Okay, so there's a cubby hole on either side. Then this is your automatic gear shifter lever. So it has park, it has reverse, it has drive, it has sorry, park, reverse, neutral, and drive. So reverse, neutral, drive. Okay, while at D range, if you shift the transmission over to this side, you actually enter sport mode. Sport mode, you can drive the sport mode just like any other automatic transmission car like this. So this is actually the sportier mode for the car itself. Okay, so if you look at the acceleration, okay, so this is sport mode. So it's now switched to simulated 7-speed automatic transmission. Alright. The sport mode also has one more extra feature, that is you can shift the gear forward to bring it to manual mode in this way. So let's try manual mode. So that means if you drive off, the car doesn't know how to change the speed, so you have to switch the gear yourself. So shift the gear forward to upshift, and then for downshift purpose, just bring it down and then slow down. So when you slow down, the transmission knows how to change to a lower range. It's just that the upshift, you have to set it manually. Alright, a little bit down from the gear shift lever, there is a lock and unlock button. So this one unlocks all the door unlocks, unlock, and then this one locks the door, so door become locked again. Okay, now with the door lock, if on the driver's side you will open the door will automatically unlock. Then when you close it back, you have to lock it manually. So when you open the driver door, the locks actually unlocks by itself. On the passenger side, you have your door lock and unlock. Even the door lock, if you pull, it won't open. So you have to unlock the door itself. So unlock the door, open, close. There's one door hand, grip over here. There's one more grip over here. Power window switch. You have two bottle holders down there and a little cubby hole at the side. Then on the passenger side, you still get your cup holder on here, your glove box, and then there's an assist grip up here for the passenger itself. On this is the sunshade for the passenger itself. So there is a vanity mirror, and then if the sunlight is coming in from over there, this sunshade can be removed and then twist it to that way to block the sun coming from that direction itself. Then you can anchor back and then close it. The light only has two mode: door mode versus off mode. Off is permanently off. It means if you open the door, okay, the light doesn't light up. Alright, then you have to press this the lens to actually turn on the lights. So this also double as a map reading lamp for the front passenger, map reading lamp for the driver itself. And if you switch to door mode, then if you open the door, the light actually lights up. Okay, once it lights up, it can never be turned off unless you close the door itself. So if you close the door, you notice that this one turns off, and then this one doesn't turn off because this one, while the door is open, I press the lens. So pressing the lens can actually override the lamp setting, and then the lamp remain on until you press the lens again to turn it off. So similarly, you can still override the lamps by pressing on the lens itself. So opening and closing has no effect on the light anymore. Okay, so there's door mode in this case. There's also one more lamp up here. So this lamp actually, if you look at it, this one takes the same kind of setting from the old Perodua AV. Okay, on the driver's seat, adjust this lever to adjust the seat back. This lever adjusts the seat height. So the seat height can be increased by pulling it up. If it cannot come up, means it's already maximum. This way to bring it down. If it cannot go down anymore, that means it is already minimum height. Go down and then go up by like this. Okay, when it cannot move anymore, that means it's already maximum height already. Okay, maximum height. And then pull the bar underneath the seat to adjust the seat position itself. the driver side carpet mat has an extra feature where you can actually lock the carpet mat by turning it this way to lock the carpet mat. So that means the carpet mat cannot be removed out. So you see, locked already. Turn it this way to unlock it. So this mechanism prevents the carpet mat from sliding underneath the brake pedal, and then thus hampering the brake itself. So this is a lock mechanism. So this lock mechanism I seen on this car, and also I seen on Perodua Ativa 2022. Okay, on the back door itself, there's still a door opening lever, door assist grip, and then the power window switch. You have a bottle holder down there, and then this is the speaker for the rear door itself. Okay, I've got into the back of the car. So this is the front seat adjusted to my position. So I have quite a lot of room between my legs and the seat in the front. So a lot of space between here. And then I have about this finger to this finger length between the top of the car and the top of my head. I'm 178 centimeters tall, so actually riding in the back is quite comfortable. Alright, this is the front seat, is the front seat head restraint itself. So the head restraint can be raised and lowered by pushing in this button down here. So push this button down here, you can actually decrease the height of the head restraint. The head restraint can be increased height by putting your hand underneath there and lift it up, just like that. So similarly to the one on the passenger side. At the back itself, you have the seat pocket like this. 2 seat pockets are available. However, they don't have the shopping hook anymore on this car itself. Up here, you have your lamp. So this lamp is set to, this is permanently off, this is permanently on, and then this is set to door mode. So door mode, if you open, the light lights up, and then when you close, the light actually goes off momentarily. Okay, so the light will go off after a while. No, not tight. I think not tight. Yes, just so that the door wasn't closed tightly, so I've closed it, and then the light now is off. Alright, and then there's passenger side, same there. On the other side is exactly the same, and then there is an assist grip for the rear passenger, the front passenger, and also the rear passenger down here. There's also an assist grip for the driver itself. So you can see from this side, there is an assist grip. Very rare, the car having an assist grip for the driver itself. Okay, the head restraint on the rear seat is easily raised up just by putting your hand underneath there and push it up again. And then to slow it down, there is a button on this side, so just press it, and then you just push it down like that. Okay, and then the rear seat belt is very easily to use. Just put it down and then anchor to the anchor point, just like that. So you get a 3-point seat belt for the rear passengers. For the rear middle seat belt passengers, even easier to use. It's the same. So just put it down, and then all you have to do is just look for the anchor point that says center. So there's this one says center. So center. So this is the one that takes down, and then just engage like this. So you get a 3-point seat belt, 1 point, 2nd point, and 3rd point. Then to release, just push it in here, and then that's where the seat belt would go to. For the anchor point, there's a special place for the anchor point. So lift up this strap and then tie the anchor point underneath there. So this one securely holds the anchor point in place. Okay, the seat can be folded down. Okay, the seat of this rear Perodua, the rear seat on the Perodua Ativa can be folded down easily just by locating the lever and then just pull this seat to lower the seat. Okay, so most important, keep your seat belt underneath here, and then as you lower down like this. Okay, let's lower down the other side. Okay, make sure that this is the lever, just pull it up, and then make sure the seat belt actually goes in this position, goes down here, and then as you lower down. So when you lower down, the seat actually folds down nearly flat. There's a slight gradient like this. So there's a slight gradient, so it's actually quite flat to the back. Okay, just just a slight gradient. Okay, you will see it from the back. This is how you look at it from the back. The seat folds down almost flat. Alright, to return the seat to its original position, make sure the seat belt is tucked in here. Lift up the seat and slam the seat all the way down. Okay, so the seat has been folded up. One side still folded up, so the smaller side on this side, the 40% is on this side. So the rear of the seat is actually split foldable. The smaller side being on the driver side, the bigger side on the passenger side itself. Okay, again, lift up the seat and then slam it down all the way. Then make sure the seat is actually in pair with the parallel position like that. I mean, in level in that position. So the seat actually comes back up itself. Oh yeah, in line with AV Edition, AV Edition gets semi-leather seat for all the seat itself. Semi-leather because there's one part is in fabric. So this is fabric. In front there is leather. This part fabric. This part is leather. So similarly, this is all leather, and then this one all leather. Unlike the front actually this part is fabric, but this is leather for the rear passenger itself. Okay, to open the tailgate, put your hand underneath the Perodua badge and feel for the button. There's only one button, so the button is down here. Okay, so when you put it up, this is where the button is, so you can hear the sound where the lock is actually unlocking. And then there's a rear camera down there. So the boot opens until that level. Okay, so on the boot itself, there are hooks like this that originally come like this. Originally they're like that. So you just lift it up. And then this one also the same. The original is like that, just lift it up. So these actually become anchor point for you to anchor your things that you want to put in the boot so that it doesn't fall over. Yeah, this one also the same. There's a hook down here. So if you look at it from this perspective, you can actually tie something from there and to something from here to keep the item from toppling over when the car is in motion. So there's also one more hook down here for the goods itself. So that means you can now strap in across like that, prevent your goods or things from falling over. And then when you don't want to use, just fold it down like that. Just fold down like that when you don't want it, when you don't want to use anymore. To store away, just fold it out. Okay, now this car being a SOCAR vehicle, so SOCAR cars are not equipped with spare tire. So underneath the trunk bed liner, there's supposed to be a spare tire, the tools, and then the jack for the car itself. But SOCAR has removed it. I've checked against SOCAR help desk. SOCAR complained that SOCAR received complaint that a lot of people have stolen the spare tire. I mean those who rent the car stole the spare tire away. So as a precautionary measure, SOCAR has removed spare tires from all the car itself. So if any SOCAR user encounter flat tire, just call the help desk and then say that the help desk that okay, the car has suffered a tire puncture, so please send help. Then the help will get to the position to wherever you are by then. So on the non-SOCAR vehicle, it means on privately owned vehicles, so down there is where your spare tire is located. This piece of trunk bed liner can be removed. Okay, you can just pull it off like this, and then for stowing or for stowing, and also for if you want to access the bottom of the spare tire itself, so it can be removed. Okay, the parcel shelf is not really a parcel shelf, but this is actually flexible material, so you can just take it off like this and stow away. Okay, if you look at here, you can see the instruction that this piece can be actually folded up like those flexible sunshade that you put in the car. So this thing can be folded up. I need 2 hands to do that. I'll stop the video and continue after that. Okay, I follow the instruction and then I have able to fold it up, but I need 2 hands to do it. Okay, so this one you can fold up, you can stow it away, and then this will actually increase the size of the boot itself. Alright, so Soka has, sorry, not Soka, so Ativa comes with this kind of parcel shelf. It's not something, I don't really call it parcel shelf lah. I call it like something like tonneau cover, like last time we seen on Nissan AD Resort. But that one you can actually pull up and hide lah. This one cannot. Alright, to insert it back, you need to align the side with this opening down here. So align this opening to here itself. I need 2 hands to do it. Alright, I have aligned it. So I just insert the cover into the opening down there. Align the opening with align the groove with the cover. So then the cover actually covers up this part. So if the car closed up, it's very difficult to see what's in the boot. Even from this side, if you look down there, it's quite difficult to see what's in the boot itself. Okay, I found a curious compartment in here. So if any of you own Perodua Ativa in there and know what this is, please write in the comment. Okay, and if you write something there, thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. So I find this is quite curious. There is this, and then there's opening, but then that's all I can see from here. Alright, so to cover it back up, we need to align this with the opening down there. Alright, I've aligned them, and then after that just press it in like that. Okay, so viewers, if you know what that is, please write in the comment at the screen. Okay, and then the tailgate actually has a light on the inside. Alright, to close the tailgate, just put a hand in here, pull it down, and it will close by itself. Alright, I will try. Alright, I have deliberately keep one door not closed properly. So the car keep telling me that the door isn't closed properly, but if I choose to drive off without heeding the warning, I get this error. Okay, so I get this error showing that telling me the door isn't closed properly. Okay, close properly, lock it up. The next attempt I'm going to do is I'm going to show the lane departure warning, but I have to travel at 60 kilometers an hour. You have to keep watch down here for two slanting line, one this way and one on this way. So with the 2 line present, it indicates that the lane keeping feature is active. Otherwise, I can also do it this way, keep this one. So keep watch for the two line. One actually is in this position, one is in that position, to indicate that the lane keeping feature is active. I'll try to steer away from the lane to see if the car actually warns me. Okay, the lane keeping feature is already out. You can see by the 2 bars down there. So I'm going to try to get out of the lane. Okay, that indicates that I'm getting out of the lane. I'll try it again on the right hand side, see if it alerts me. Okay, lane departure warning, and then the steering is trying to correct me into the correct position. So that's the lane departure warning error. I have turned on the auto high beam functionality on this car, so you can see that there is a A down there, the letter A with the light, with the beam on like that. So that indicates the auto high beam has been turned on. So keep watch on the screen over here to see when the high beam actually gets activated. The auto high beam gets activated when the outside gets too dark, and it deactivates when there is an oncoming traffic from the opposite direction or the exterior become bright like this. Alright, so we're going to take a drive in this to show the auto high beam functionality. There, the auto high beam has turned on, and when it reaches a bright spot, it will turn off by itself. Okay, auto high beam has been turned off. Okay, the time now is like 8:25 p.m. So this is how the interior of the Perodua Ativa looks like at the dark. It's the player itself, and then down here is the where the main blower is, and also the hazard light switch. a little bit down. This is the illumination at night for the aircon compartment, the aircon switches. And then down to the gear selector. And down here, this part is also lighted up, which is the what they call it, lock and unlock button. And as we move back up to the steering wheel, we can see that this is the steering wheel control down here and lit up in amber. And then these are the audio controls lit up in amber too. And then down here is the panel, the meter panel itself. Okay, let me put it to neutral and engage the parking brake for safety purposes. Then as you look down underneath there, there is a light coming on underneath there, so I can actually see where the brake pedal is to press on the brakes. And down there, the accelerator pedal, so I can see where the accelerator pedal is located in the dark. And then up the door panel. The door panel actually comes with a switches like this, so these three are lighted up. Okay, on the passenger footwell, sorry, there is also illumination. So I can't quite reach down underneath there. Yeah, you can see there. There's my finger in the dark. So this is how the driver compartment looks like, or the cockpit looks like from the night itself. You can see that the amber light blinks up and off. So when it blinks on, it indicates that there's a oncoming traffic. So that one is actually the blind angle monitoring system. So when any traffic coming from behind, from the back of the car, the light will light up. Okay, the light up for a while when a motorbike just passed by me. However, blind angle monitoring system will not work when the vehicle is stopped. Only when the vehicle is moving, then you can see the lighting up to indicate there's an oncoming traffic from behind. It's a bit difficult to see because it has been raining outside. Alright, we have come to the end of the video review on this Perodua Ativa AV. So to all my viewers out there, thank you for watching. To my next video, please subscribe, and please click the like button if you like this video. And to the next video, thank you for watching. Bye bye.